Yo, what's going on, you guys? KG Presents back at with another video, and today I'm here in NBA2K24. And as you can see here, literally right at the screen, I have Tim Duncan on the San Antonio Spurs. And yes, as the title of this video states, I decided to put Tim Duncan on today's San Antonio Spurs roster to see what would happen. Now, obviously, since the Spurs drafted Victor Wembanyama with the first overall pick in this year's NBA draft, there's been a lot of comparisons about Victor being the next franchise player. Obviously, the San Antonio Spurs have had many amazing players a part of their franchise over the years. Tim Duncan, David Robertson, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, to just name a few of them. And hopefully the thing is in the future that Victor is going to be one of these historic franchise players for the San Antonio Spurs. Obviously, it's way too early to say anything about his career, but in the preseason games, he's honestly looked really, really good. Anyways, so I decided to put Tim Duncan on today's San Antonio Spurs roster to see what would happen. Will the team go 8-2-0? I know probably not. However, there's still a chance this team can make the playoffs. You never know what's going to happen. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let me show you the rotation first, and then we'll get into things. So here's the lineup that we'll be rocking with this season with San Antonio Spurs. We have Tre Jones at the point guard, Devin Vassell at the 2, Keldon Johnson at the 3, Tim Duncan at the 4, and Victor Wembanyama, of course, at the 5. And off the bench, we're going to have Zach Collins, Jeremy Sochan, Malachi Branham, Charles Bassey, and Devontae Graham. Let's see what NBA 2K thinks of this team. Today's San Antonio Spurs team with Tim Duncan on the roster. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get into the video. Also break, unfortunately, no Victor on the roster, but it's kind of expected. We do end it with Tim Duncan on the roster. Of course, that's good for us. At this point in the season here, we are 29-21, so we're 4th seed out in the Western Conference. We're actually doing pretty good in my eyes to see how crazy this team's turnaround just with the addition of Tim Duncan onto the roster. We're only 4.5 games back behind the first place Memphis Grizzlies. I'm going to catch you guys at the end of the season with all the awards and all that. So I'll see you guys then at that point. At the end of the season, Joel Embiid is your MVP. Brandon Miller actually is your Rookie of the Year. Chris Paul, 6th Man of the Year. Giannis is your Defensive Player of the Year. And Paul Reed is your Most Improved Player, with Luka becoming the Clutch Player of the Year. Unfortunately, no Tim Duncan on the first team. He does make the All-NBA second team, though, so that is good for us. And I assume that Victor, obviously Tim Duncan's on the All-Defense first team, and I assume Victor is on the All-Rookie first team, as expected. So let's check out the player stats here first before I show you the record. So player stats for this season here, Tim Duncan led the winning scoring with 19 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, so he was absolutely killing it. Obviously, Victor's stats here aren't as impressive because Tim Duncan's definitely plays a factor into this. However, he still averaged 15 points and 8 rebounds, so he'd be still pretty good in his rookie season for us. Keldon Johnson had 14 points, Vassell had 12, Collins had 11 and 5 off the bench, Sochan had 10 points a game, as well as Tre Jones, who also had 5 assists. At the end of the season, we end up being the 5th seed, going 46-36, 6 games back behind the Los Angeles Lakers. So we still had a very good year for just adding Tim Duncan onto the roster, because that's the only change that I made to this. So we're taking on the Sacramento Kings in the first round. Hopefully we can win. I mean, the Sacramento Kings are definitely a good team, but you never know what's going to happen here in 2K, so we're going to simulate game by game. Game 1, the Kings are going to take game 1, but we're going to take game 2 by a score of 107-103, a close one, but Sochan, I guess, led the way. Tim Duncan at 15, 8, and 7. Jeez. In game 2, we're also going to win game 2, 115-103. And in game 4, we're going to win 125-112. Tim Duncan at 27-14. Victor also had 27 points in that one. So then we're 1 win away from moving on. And we're going to do that exactly, beating the Sacramento Kings by a series score of 4-1 in the first round, taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. Here in round 2, definitely a tougher matchup for us, as Lakers win game 1 in overtime, 152-138. Look at the scoring in that one. Jeez. And in game 2, we're going to take game 2, actually 128-127, so a very close game, but we got the job done. In game 3, we're going to take game 3, 109-105. Tim Duncan at 29-16. Victor at 21-13 in this one. And in game 4, we're also going to take game 4 by a score of 121-111. Tim Duncan 23-16. Victor had 22 points. 1 win away from moving on. And we're going to do that exactly because in game 5, we beat the Lakers 114-108. Keldon Johnson led the winning scoring for us, as we're going to the Western Conference Finals now, taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. I honestly didn't think we were going to beat the Lakers, but here we are. So we're going to beat the Pelicans in game 1. And in game 2, we're going to beat them as well, 114-111. Game 3, the Pelicans are going to come back 122-119. And in game 4, we're going to beat them 131-126. Very balanced scoring attack right there. And in Game 5, the Pelicans are going to win Game 5. The Sixers have moved on to the finals. We are going to lose Game 6 as well. It means the 3-3 series. But we better not blow this 3-1. And let's see what's going to happen here. Simulate the game. We do win in Game 7, 116 to 115. But we moved on. We're taking on the Philadelphia 76ers in the NBA Finals, and in Game 1, we're going to lose by a whopping score. In Game 2, we're going to win 117 to 104. So, I'm actually just so shocked we're even in the finals in the first place. We do lose Game 3 to the Sixers, as well as Game 4, and it looks like our series is going to come to an end as Joel Embiid leads the Philadelphia 76ers to an NBA championship. So if you all enjoyed the video, please be sure to like and subscribe for future content. If you want to use any other players and add them to today's teams, feel free to let me know down in the comment section. If not, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.